This keeps getting better for the Toronto Raptors, as we've heard a ton about Immanuel Quickley's development over the course of this offseason after being given that massive contract by Masai Ujiri in the Toronto Raptors front office, and it keeps getting better as a prominent trainer had some bold takes regarding Immanuel Quickley, and we've also had this dinner that's been talked about between Joel Embiid and Masai Ujiri that a lot of fans are escalating, taking out of proportion a little bit, so we'll break down what that could mean and whether or not it means Joel Embiid is coming to the Toronto Raptors in the future. But lots of stuff to break down in this video. Before we do, folks, again, if you're part of the over 50% of our viewers that haven't hit the subscribe button just yet, make sure you guys hit that sub button so you don't miss a single thing regarding this Toronto Raptors team, with Media Day training camp just around the corner, just a few days away. So make sure you guys hit that sub button. But let's dive into the news. Let's dive into what people are talking about. And the first thing is, it keeps getting better for the Toronto Raptors, for Masai Ujiri, for Immanuel Quickley, for this entire team, because, again, the Toronto Raptors made no crazy, massive home run swings over the course of this offseason. Essentially, they made their big moves, their big plays at last year's trade deadline, and now are hoping to reap the benefits after locking in Immanuel Quickley, some of their guys longer term into this team, including Scottie Barnes, and hoping we see some internal development going into next year. So, Immanuel Quickley, after getting that big contract, is essentially the guy that we really are relying on to take that step up in order for this team to take the next step up itself. Well, Chris Brickley, who's a guy that is one of the well-regarded trainers around the NBA, had some bold proclamations for Immanuel Quickley in his development following this season. So essentially, he came out and said that Immanuel Quickley is so skilled. We had a convo the other day, and he told me he feels like he's playing at an all-star level. I told him ever since the run you guys are seeing, I've been telling everyone I talked to that Immanuel Quickley could be an all-star this season. So, again, this isn't some guy that is just, IQ's personal dude. Obviously he's going to gas him up because he is his trainer, but this is a man that is around NBA talent left, right, and center. If you're not familiar with this game, he's essentially the guy that, is in those those tiny gyms out there in New York and doing those training, all those jump shots of LeBron, all these top athletes out there in the NBA. And the fact that he's calling Immanuel Quickley an all-star, yes, he's biased, yes, it's this, that is a massive proclamation, and something that's getting my hopes up, my excitement up for Immanuel Quickley coming in next season, big time, because IQ, again, last season, put up some solid stats, 17 points per game, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Half the year he was in New York playing behind Jalen Brunson, so this is not the whole picture. Shot 40% from the three-point line, and shot basically a ton of threes, so that's an extremely high volume, 40% there. So if he continues to improve his jump shot, because again, we've seen some of the videos, some of the stuff come out with Immanuel Quickley, and I can pull these up here again. IQ out here cooking in these the gym. You're probably familiar with the gym that's going on here. A little darker hue on the actual video, but Immanuel Quickley, you can see him here cooking up Jalen Brunson, getting to the basket. He's out here playing against NBA level talent out there at these runs, and he's just able to knock down his shots. He looks comfortable. He looks confident with the basketball, step back threes, and we've all known that Immanuel Quickley can shoot the basketball. We've all known he can facilitate the basketball. He did it with Mitchell Robinson a ton out there for the New York Knicks, right? Immanuel Quickley is a guard that if he continues to put in the work, continues to develop, because again, the jump shot's good, get that at a higher percentage, but the in-between game, slashing at the basket, continuing to improve his facilitating, the stuff that we're seeing here, using his strength, using his body to get to different spots on the court and play really well, he can take that all-star leap. This is not something where it's a completely outlandish statement to say that this man is capable of coming out here and taking that improvement, taking that jump into his game, because he has the shooting, he has the defensive ability, and he has those all-around skill set, and the Toronto Raptors are going to need, right? This squad desperately needs that second star around a Scottie Barnes. We need that type of player in order for this squad to take that leap, take that jump, because, again, RJ Barrett could potentially do that, and he looked like our best player in the second half of the season after Scottie Barnes went down. Heck, even when Scottie Barnes was playing. So we have RJ Barrett there, we have Immanuel Quickley, we have Scottie Barnes, and again, I am even before this quote came out, I am overly optimistic about how strong our starting lineup will be of IQ, Gradey Dick, RJ Barrett, Scottie Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. I think that's going to be one of the upper echelon starting lineups, maybe not like top 5 or anything, but one of the upper echelon starting lineups out there in the NBA. But it's going to be the bench. It's going to be the other players that are going to come in, slide, facilitate. But again, if that top team, if that top 5 is able to scrape us some wins, because as I've made videos on the summer, the Raptors have an absolutely front-loaded schedule. We have some tough games to start off this season, but that starting unit and we get some indication, some production off the bench for this Toronto Raptors team, and then, Immanuel Quickley playing at that all-star level to start off this year, Masai Ujiri can make some moves, make some tweaks midway through the season to essentially, round out the roster, to build out something that would make sense for this Raptor squad to, again, I have zero expectations to make a deep playoff run this season. We're a rebuilding team, a rebuilding squad, but to surprise some people, to shock some people in regards to how further along the development Scottie Barnes, IQ, RJ Barrett, all these guys are. And, because then we do still have young prospects. We have Mobo, we have Jakob Poeltl, we have a ton of guys, so it's not like even Gradey Dick we're interested to see where he's able to get to. We aren't in a spot where we desperately need a Cooper Flag. Maybe we will be. The squad isn't really cooking. And again, adding more superstar potential, not guaranteed superstars, but superstar potential prospects would be a positive. So if the tank happens, I'm not going to be sitting out here complaining about it every single video. We'll make some memes. We'll make this type of season. But it's not a desperate need. We have the young prospects, and if the top guys we already have on this roster can perform and can produce, then I'm very, very optimistic and very, very excited about the future of this Toronto Raptors squad. But let me know what you guys think about IQ and his performance and him being able to sort of produce at this type of level on in the comment section down below. But we have another topic of discussion. This is something that's going around Toronto Raptors land, and it's Masai Ujiri's dinner with Joel Embiid. Because, again, the Raptors have been long linked to getting a center, to bringing in a guy that is the magnitude, the caliber of a Joel Embiid. We've been linked to the KDs, the Giannis's, all these types of upper echelon players since the Kawhi trade especially. So Embiid's been a guy that's on the radar. And the relationship with Masai Ujiri, it's something that people have brought up. And obviously, Joel Embiid would be a perfect fit in regards to a player that could come into the Toronto Raptors and have a serious impact. Well, the fuel was added to the fire for people who wanted Embiid basically yesterday. As I'm told, Sixers star Joel Embiid is in New York with a United General Assembly week with a focus on how business of sports can transform Africa financially. He will speak at 2 events today, including the Earthshot Prize hosted by Prince William, and Monday night Bloomberg hosted an intimate dinner featuring Embiid and Toronto Raptors president Masai Ujiri and other prominent leaders from Africa to discuss sports and Africa. So Embiid went back to Cameroon this summer after the Paris Olympics. So obviously, despite the fact Joel Embiid played for Team USA, he's from Cameroon. That's a sort of home base, home spot. And what people are running with here is that he had dinner with Masai Ujiri. So Joel Embiid, Masai Ujiri both had this dinner. Yes, there's other stuff about it, but basketball without borders. Masai Ujiri is deeply integrated in terms of building basketball, building globalizing the sport, specifically in Africa. So, people are saying, yes, that they have that relationship, but the fact that they're in this business relationship together with Joel Embiid, Masai Ujiri trying to push this narrative, could we see some recruitment coming from Masai Ujiri? And obviously, Joel Embiid would be a perfect fit for any team, essentially, besides the Denver Nuggets, but who have Nikola Jokic. Even then, I'm sure they'd pick him up if they had the opportunity. But Joel Embiid last season had some dumb stats. 35 points per game, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. I don't care how much you hate the guy. I know a lot of Toronto Raptors fans are not a big fan of Joel Embiid, solely off the fact we played him so many seasons, so many years, and all those types of things. But if there was the opportunity for him to come to the Toronto Raptors, I'd gladly take it. If we had a core of IQ, RJ Barrett, Scottie Barnes, and then Joel Embiid, whoever you want to run the floor, Gradey Dick run at one of those wing positions, that team is going to be unstoppable. That team is going to be ridiculous moving forward into the future. So, again, assuming everyone can stay healthy, that's a pipe dream. Honestly, with all the Edward Rogers stuff, it's more likely Masai Ujiri going down to the Philadelphia 76ers with Nick Nurse, with, a few of those guys down there, and Kyle Lowry now at this point, and Joel Embiid before Joel Embiid comes to the Toronto Raptors. But nice little hypothetical going around Toronto Raptors land right now, in early September, which I would not say no to. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. But all this Toronto Raptors news, you guys the best tickets are. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm signing out. Cheers.